Hey everyone, welcome to the Tuesday night edition. Not really Black Monday, but the anniversary of Black Monday, 1987, when the market dropped 508 points. A crazy day. Welcome and happy to have you guys here. We have 12 people on here now. I already got likes. I haven't even done anything. That's awesome. Okay, a couple quick things. If you need help, when you need help, go out. If you need help, reach out to me at series7exam.org. If you want another option, you can also go to Michael Weiss at examtutor.com. Georgiana, woo, 66. Congratulations on the other stuff. The next one. If you want some free resources, you got me. You got this one, the greatest channel ever invented in the history of Series 7. You got Brandon Rith over at Basic Wisdom, and then you can go check out Dean Tinney over on Dean. I think it's under Dean Tinney. If you Google him, you'll find that. And it's me resources to really attack, which will really help you. Khan Academy is awesome. Not Series 7 related so much, but they can explain stuff. And Investopedia, not Wikipedia, Investopedia. They're pretty solid. Okay, another thing that I want to bring up is that I have this membership thing that I talk about sometimes. Well, before I do that, if I'm starting to build out my podcast a little bit, I have about 9 episodes in there covering like preferred bonds, stuff like that. Brittany, what's up? Jake, Emily, Bonnie, Alec, and again, okay. So I'm going to hit that up in a second. So now, so check out that. It's Blue Collar Finance. I also have a TikTok, which my family hates, but it's under Blue Collar Finance. Also, they hate that, but I do some fun stuff on there. It's a much different vibe on there. It is different, totally. Okay, now, one last thing, the membership thing. You don't have to do it. You do or don't. But the membership thing is this. For $10, you get access to all my options videos, which are fucking game changers, okay? Then if you do the little higher one, the $25 a month, I do that. You get them, plus a weekly Zoom call, which is every Sunday night. If it's at the 63 or 66, it's 6 p.m. Eastern. And if it's for the 7 SIE or 6, it's 7 p.m. Now, I'm going to tell you something, which is interesting. So many people passed, which is great. My Series 7 thing last night, Blue Collar Finance, Joe. And that's what those are like 18 to 20 minutes, not super long. At the max is 18 minutes. If you, okay, Google, open Blue Collar Finance. Okay, so now, if okay, Google, cancel. See, I love doing that there because if you have it loud. Okay, Google, cancel. Now, if I have the $25, here's the funny thing: so many people passed. I was all alone at the 7 o'clock one. I was all alone. Nobody was there. Anyone who's on would have got a private session. The top one, which I'm not telling anyone to do, is $100 a month, where every other Tuesday, which I think this, not today, but next Tuesday coming up, I do another Zoom call at like 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock on Tuesdays, and it's a max of 2 people. And then if there's more than 2 people, then I jump it into, I could do a Wednesday night or I adjust it. So it could be on any test. So just understand that. Okay. Throwing it out there, I'm just saying that if anyone jumped on Sunday night, they would have had a personal free session for $25, which is a fucking bargain. Okay, on to this. Now, also, the other free resources, if you go on Reddit, you have Series 7 exam, Reddit Series 7 exam, and R Series 7, and then they each have a 66 and a 66 exam. Both moderators are tutors. Well, they know the business. So I'll go from there. They will help you out, and there's a lot of feedback. I'm on there sometimes too. So, okay. Okay, Jake, good. Alex, now so you can take the SIE exam. You can take the 63, 60. I don't know if I'm stable or not. You can take the 63, 65, and 66 exams. Hopefully, I'm still on there. It says my connection is unstable. Make sure everything else is off. I don't know if you guys can still hear me or not. I'm going to turn this off. Right, because a lot of people in the house using Wi-Fi. I want to make sure that they're not. Okay, I'm off. So that should be better. Hopefully you all can hear me. So yeah, you can take the SIE. You can take the 63, 65, 66. You can even take the Series 3 without that. Okay. Hope that helps. What website did I study when I got my license? It was a Stone tablet because it was a long time ago. I use SDC for that. I use SDC for and Achievable. The Achievable only does SIE Series 7 and 63 right now. They're not fully up on the 66 yet. So if you're taking one of those three, achievable is fine. If not, I'll have STC myself. Okay. I love it. Brittany, here we are. Georgiana. Okay. 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 Mahe, I prefer. So okay. So Gianna, welcome back. So I prefer the STC. I have a link down there. You get a discount if you want it. I think I'm. Well, let's see. Hold on. Let's see if it's on there or not. See how live I am. Yeah, it looks like it's caught up. Hope you see me. Okay, so let's talk about preferred stock a little bit. Okay. The preferred stock. Joe, by the way, good. I love that you're ramping up for the 7 afterlife. And that's also okay. Now, good. Preferred stock is not common. People try to think common is a type of preferred. Preferred is a type of common, and it's not. Okay. Preferred is a different type of equity. And preferred, you have no rights, really. You can't vote. You don't get stock splits. You don't get anything. Strictly think of preferred as bonds. I want you to think of a preferred stock as a bond. It's not, but act like it, okay? Yeah, Georgiana, I know it's breaking up a little bit. I'm buying the Bitcoin ETF if I can, okay? I am absolutely going to try, and I have a discount here if you want it. I'm going to try the Bitcoin. It's only up a little bit today. I think long term it might be a good idea. I do have some Bitcoin. I have some Ethereum and stuff like that. One of my friend puts, I think he's put 500 a week into it just to get there. Okay. So a couple things. Yeah. So let me go back to this preferred. The only reason you buy preferred is for income. You're getting paid every 6 months or every quarter, whatever they do. So if you buy a 5% preferred, you're getting $5 a year. Okay. You're getting good, George. I love that, Georgiana. Long term, I think it's a great move. So I buy see the cough. I buy it and I buy a 5% preferred. I'm going to get $5 a year. And that's income. That's all it is. There's no preemptive rights, no stock splits, no voting. All you're getting is preferred. The only reason it's called preferred is because it gets paid before the stock. Okay. Yes, Bonnie, 100%. I treat it as a fixed income. I treat it as a bond. All the risks that a bond has, it has, other than default, because it's really just business risk because they don't owe you any money. Okay. If I seem super hyper, it's also because of the prednisone. They're making me jittery. Okay. Yeah, you do have to understand the preferred, but know what participating is. I have the whole thing on it. You can listen on the webcast on the playlist. Preferred, they pay a fixed dividend. Participating, if they have a good year, they give you a little bit extra. Cumulative, they have to make up all. I'm giving you quick and dirty. All cumulative, they have to make up all the past dividends. And convertible turns into common stock, which is the most volatile of all of them. Good. Okay. Okay, I like that. Okay. Okay, there you go, Joe. That's smart. Okay. What is Bitcoin backed by? Blockchain. It's backed by the I think their blockchain technology, which the whole point. Joe, no, you're good. You're good. Okay. Okay. I'm trying to make sure. Yeah, by the Joseph. Yes, I saw your comment about the apes. It's pretty funny when I did my bull versus bear thing. Delete it because I realized it was a 3-minute video and it should have only been 50 seconds and been on it. So I'm re-uploading it after here. So the ETF, I haven't looked into the ETF. I'm going to take a look at it. I don't know what I assume that it's right. It could be futures based on the Bitcoin. I don't know. I haven't looked into it, but I think it's probably a good thing to be doing. Okay. Now you're buying regional bank ETFs. That's right. So when the rates go up, the banks will make more money, but that's okay. Yeah. Fucking Succession is awesome. I love it. I love that show. I really do. Do we have any questions going on? Anything going on? Anyone taking a test anytime soon? Or is it just so many people passed? Okay. Oh, Polo Trail. Okay. Hold on. Okay. Here we go. Okay. So here's the thing I'm going to tell you. PL. I'm just going to say PL7. The best thing you can do on the munis is don't sweat the math. If you know accretion, the theory, if you know amortization and accretion, if you know accrued interest, just the theory. If you understand the suitability of munis, that's the big thing. I'm saying they will ask a couple of questions, like maybe tax equivalent yield, like what would that be? So if you have a comparing a 9% bond, corporate bond to a 7% GO, how do you know which one to do? Oh, we're going to talk about that. Somebody came on. I told somebody to join the live tonight that they want to do a I have a Facebook group called All FINRA Exams. It's not very big, but they are helpful. It's getting better. Go on there. There's a guy looking for a study group for the 7. And Bonnie is doing a study group for the SIE, which is awesome. Okay. So now, back to this. So munis understand. So if you have a 9% corporate and a 7% muni, how do you know which is better? Well, you need their tax bracket. Let's say they're in the 20% tax bracket. So what you're going to do is you go, okay, well, they're 20% tax bracket. That means they're bringing home 80% of their money. That makes sense. You pay 20% taxes, bring home. Oh, Emily, I will answer that question. I apologize. If you're in the 80%, that means you're going to do 9 times 80%. And that's going to give you the tax-free equivalent. 9 times 80% will be 7.2%. So that means after tax, if you have a 9% corporate and you pay your taxes of 30% or 20%, you're going to bring home 7.2, which is still better than a 7% GO. So you choose the corporate. Stuff like that. You have to know most of the suitability stuff. Okay. Okay. Okay, Joe. Fine. So Bonnie, if Bonnie's on here, she has one. And boom, yeah. Joe, email me at kenfennett@gmail.com. I think somebody else to do. Email me at kenfennett@gmail.com and I'll shoot you in. I'll shoot you into I'll give her your email. She'll shoot you over an email or message. You can even message me on Facebook and I'll do it. Okay. And Bonnie might be in the Facebook group also. I don't know if you guys can message each other. Okay. Dean, hold on. Let me a couple of things. Alec, I'll answer your question in 1 second. Yes, I like Achievable for the 63. I do. I haven't gone through the whole product. I do like it. I've been hearing good feedback from it. But if you already have like STC, it's even better because it's a better supplement. If you have to choose and you don't want to try a new one, go with STC. They're better at it. If not, Achievable is rock solid and it's a hell of a lot cheaper. Okay. I mean, the thing is, you can do that. So now, so Joseph, both Josephs who are looking for a study group, shoot me an email on a hookup with Emily. I mean, Bonnie, Jesus. And anyone else who wants to do a Series 7 study group, let me know because I know that Jacob's just ended Monday night. So that it's ended, and hopefully we'll start up a new one because everyone passed in the group. You got your John on here. Yeah, okay, now, Emily, you can take each exam 3 times before you have to wait 6 months. Now, here's the funny part. If you go more than 2 years without taking a test, it resets. Not that you want to wait that long. So if you take the exam, so if you take it once, you fail, you have to wait 30 days. Just take it a second 30. After the third, you have to wait 6 months, 180 days, and then you can take it again. Sometimes you can ask for a waiver, blah, blah, blah. They don't always give it. They're more likely to give it on the 6-month wait than the 30-day waits. But, and again, it's swinging for the hills. You know, you're swinging for a home run for that. But it is possible. So after the third time of each exam, but here's the thing. If you have the 7 and you take the 66 and fail 3 times, you can just take the 63, 65. There's a guy, Mark, who did that in January of this year. He failed the 66 for the third time. He goes, I'm screwed. I said, just take the 63, 65 combo. And he got it done in 3 weeks. Rockstar. Just got it done. Okay. So the 63 should not be more than a 7 to 10 day study. 66, you're talking a month, maybe 5 weeks. But the 63 should be a 7 to 10 day study, depending if you can get a couple hours a day in at least and bang the weekend. So the goal is to try to get 2 weekends, right? You start studying on a Friday, you get a weekend, and then you get another weekend. Then you'll be good if you can just keep the momentum during the week. Okay. Okay. Yeah, and yeah, to remember that. So Muni has more tax benefits. Absolutely. Okay. Make sure that you understand the suitability. Like I always say, rich people buy munis, poor people buy corporates. It's deeper than that. But make sure you understand why someone buy a muni, why they wouldn't, the difference between the GO and a revenue, the difference between TANs and RANs, stuff like that. Okay. It's weird seeing myself up here. I'm trying to see. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Wow, Dean, you got it. I didn't even read. You got an 80 on a past perfect. That's insane. Okay, I'm telling you. Okay. Perfect. Big oak. I love it. Just jump on there. It's just ask if you have any questions, jump on. I got the SIE book thing. It's going to help you. I have a lot of videos on this stuff. Okay. Good. I'm glad you're on. Now, Dean, I'm telling you, look, when I take the 7, I took it 3 years ago. I got 1 wrong. Okay. It's not begging. It just is what it is. I'm swear to God, I couldn't get over mid-80s on Past Perfect. They're so fucking hard. And it's somebody I know tried to talk to them and they were really condescending, which is what it is. So, I mean, look, if you go with Kaplan, if you go with STC, you're going to be fine. And if you're nailing Past Perfect, if you're getting 80s on Past Perfect, you're in a really good shape because you're learning it much more complicated. As long as you're not memorizing answers, you should be good. But here's the thing, Dean. So what you do is break it down, and you can break it down and open it up and see what sections you're doing the worst in and maybe reread those sections just to strengthen your weak stuff. Okay. Right. So, Joe, when you get closer, okay, I am not in the study groups. I do not do the study groups, but they are helpful. Okay. Like the only study group I do, it's not even a study group, is that Sunday night membership thing, which is the $25 a month. Oh, shameless plug. I got it in there. So, guys, and if you like what I'm doing, please subscribe. If you're on here, I guess you can't comment if you're not subscribed, but please join. I love doing this. I like the more subscribers I get, the bigger my ego gets, the more videos I'll do, stuff like that. Okay. And guys, if you take a look, if you look at my TikTok stuff and look at my shorts, if you guys like those things, let me know. If you think they're annoying, let me know. Okay. I like doing the long ones too, but I think there are enough people out there doing long videos. So I'm trying to do more topic based, just boom, boom, boom. And if you guys have topics that you think that I should cover in a 1 to 3 minute video, if I can, shoot me a message. I'll try to do it. And I'll do it on TikTok and I'll do it on YouTube Shorts just to keep them so you can just watch them quick. And I'm doing the podcast. I'm building up. I got 7 things in there on the Blue Collar Finance podcast. Okay. And I'm finally on Apple now. So let's see what happens. So Big Oak. Okay. So are you running into any trouble on any of this stuff? Where are you running into trouble? Okay. Oh, good. Good. So Georgia. So if you guys can get in, I think Jay and Ruben are doing the study group. It's amazing how everyone, yeah, Matt, you can only take the SIE 3 times before you have to wait 6 months. All exams are 3 times and then 6 months, which sucks because I have a student who got past the 7. She failed the SIE 3 times, and now she has to wait. Even though she has the 7 and the 63 done, she has to wait until that's done. Okay. Okay, Dean, I can talk about that. Okay. Yeah, I agree, Joe. Just keep doing a little bit at a time when you can. Okay. I want to join the 60. We're good. Georgiana, you got that. Okay. Anyone else who's doing the 66 group, maybe shoot me an email and I'll try to hook you up with either. I don't have Jay's email, but I'll shoot you over to somebody who could probably get you in on there. Okay. Now, remember the study groups are free, Helen. So just do them. Okay. They help. Okay. They will definitely help. Just do them. They're free and it works out. Now, maintaining customer records. So let's talk about this for a second. So most records are 3 years. So if you're a broker dealer for the Series 7, the SIE, and all these exams, you have to do, hold records readily accessible for 2 years, but for 3 years, most records. If it's customer complaints is 4. See, it's the steroids kicking in. I'm like getting jittery. So customer complaints are 4 years. You have to keep them. And big sacks. Remember that. BGSCS, big sacks. Blotter, general ledger, stock records, customer info for verification, and customer statements. That's big sacks. Those are 6 years. So I think Santa carries, very fitting, we're heading into Christmas season. Santa carries 6 big sacks. Blotter, I seem a little more alive than last time, right? Blotter, general ledger, stock records, customer information, and statements. Those are all 6 years, okay? And then anything to do with for the firm, like board minutes, articles of incorporation, partnership agreements, stuff that form the actual company, that would be lifetime. Okay, I like it. Okay, we roll down. It sounds like somebody said Caleb is on. Okay. Right, that's good, Emily. Awesome. It's going to help you. Don't kill yourself on preferred. Just make sure you know the basics, that it's like a bond, okay? Don't think of preferred as a type of common. Think of it. Let's try to think of it this way with preferred and common. Think there are three types. There's common, there's preferred, and then there's bonds. Those are the three types of assets kind of thing. So do that. Okay. Joe, you don't need that much time. I mean, you're doing the life and health. Yeah. Past Perfect sucks, but if you can pass it, you're in a good shape. I do think they're too hard. Joe, if you're doing the life and health and then do good solid 2 months on 7, you're gonna be rocking it. Okay. How hard are the 9 and 10? It's legit. Okay. 9 and 10 are hard enough. Those are hard exams. I have them. I have those licenses, but the 9 is all about options and the 10 is about rules, but it's mostly about munis. I mean, they're not impossible. It's just, it's a real stretch. You gotta really work your mind a little bit. You gotta really work your mind. Okay. Luttrell, the MSRB rules tested out on the 7. Yes, but not the rule numbers. I have a whole thing on MSRB. You can go take, I have an MSRB playlist. My mind goes way faster than my mouth. MSRB playlist. That's on there. I list them all, but as I say, you don't need to know the numbers. But look, you got to understand what's right and wrong, right? You know, you can't lie. You have to send confirms. You know that you can't try to get a mutual fund to give you business by finding them investors. You know that you can't give more than 250 per election to a person that you can vote for. Those are things. You don't need to know the rule numbers. I do the rule numbers so you can track them, but you don't need to know the rule numbers. Okay. Your windows. So, okay. Caleb, thank you very much. Okay. Good. I'm glad you like them. Okay. I'm happy that. Okay. That makes me feel better. Okay. Because I got shit because I did a stupid one with a blonde wig and, you know, the filter, and I got shit for it because my daughter's lacrosse team sent it to her and her friends, even though she's in Panama. And it's like, okay, hey, look, this is my idea. I'm 55 years old. I got maybe 25, 30 years left on this life. I'm going to fucking enjoy it. Okay. Okay. Okay, Peter Sam. I'm going to get to there you go, big sacks, but it should be only. Oh yeah, I guess you could do big sacks that way. Okay, 6 years, big sacks. I like it. Okay, so now where are you, Big Oak? Okay, application of options and calculating yields. Okay, so I have a couple of videos on that, so watch them. But calculating yields, the only yield you have to know for the SIE, I think you're taking the SIE, Big Oak, okay, is current yield, okay? Current yield, that's coupon over market price. That's what it is. And so if you have coupon over market price, so we have, say you buy an 8% bond trading at 900, you're going to do 800 divided by 900, whatever the hell that is, because I can't do it. You're going to do 80 divided by 900, right? So let's do this, baby, okay? Calculator. So you're going to do 8% bond trading at 900. It's going to be 8.8%. Okay, 80 divided by 900 gives you 8. That's current yield. Now that means that they discount. Okay, since it's a discount, you have to know that coupons are lowest, which is the 8. Then the current yield is 8.8, and then the yield to maturity is higher than that, and the yield to call is even higher than that. You have to know that. That is, you definitely have to know. And if it's a premium, coupons the highest, then the current yield, then the yield to maturity, then the yield to call. You will not have to do the math on yield to maturity or yield to call ever. You have to know the relationship. Have to absolutely know the relationship. It's still weird seeing me up there. I guess the lighting's better. Okay. That's really bad. I read blur here. I'm blurry, so I'm much better looking. Okay. And the application of options. So I have the video on that, but really think about this. So if I buy a call or sell a call, break even is strike plus premium. If I buy a call, I'm bullish. If I sell a call, I'm bearish. Why do I sell options? I do that for income. The only reason I ever sell an option is for income. I can't say that enough. Income. And by being subtle, income. Okay, if I buy a call, I'm bullish. If I buy a put, I'm bearish. Buy a call, sell a call, break even is always strike plus premium. Buy a put, sell a put, break even is always strike minus premium. Go watch my video on options. I think it's in the SIE, the book. And if you're taking the 7, then I have a whole thing, and I'm not selling this, but I have for $10 a month, you get access to my videos. They're fucking off the chart. Game changer. A fucking game changer as far as option goes. I'm the only one who does it that way, and I won't put it free because I think they're the shit. People do the T-chart. It is what it is. I fucking hate it. I think it's lazy, and I think it's too easy to get things. Mine is very pictorial. You look at it, you put a break even, and you figure it out from there, because everything's about the break even. Now, Peter, Sam, how do I like Achievable versus STC? Two things is, so Brittany, what's the spams? If it helps people, it helps. Okay. Now, but remember something. The only things you have to know are the 6 years, and then everything else is 3 years, or anything that has to do with forming the company is lifetime. But if you can come up with it, that's awesome. If you come up with a thing that works. Now, I like STC. I love Achievable. Okay. So the thing about Achievable is, if you get, and I have a link down there, you can get it if you want. If you want to go on your own and not go through mine, because it makes it more honest, that's fine. I don't care. STC has a lot more videos. They have a lot more questions. They don't have more questions. They have flashcards. They have other stuff. They have an instructor hotline, and they've been doing it forever. Achievable is newer to the game. So the SIE and the 7, they're rock solid. For the 63, it's torn up. You can do either one, and I'm fine with it. I do think they're better for the especially if you have somebody else's books like STC or Kaplan, get the Achievable. It's a great supplement. It has a lot of questions that you can do, and go from there. I love it. I do love it. Okay. But for the 63, 66, I would go Achievable. I would go with STC. You can do Kaplan too. Kaplan's fine. I mean, Kaplan's great. I mean, there's some people who love Kaplan more than STC. I like STC myself, but they're both rock solid. Okay. Prow. Okay. I have the Series 7 on 1029. I've been scoring in the 50s. Okay, Proud. So here's my question for you. 1, do you get a second chance? 2, how much do you like to study all day, or are you working? If you're working all day, it's going to be tough to get from the 50s to the 70s. If you're not working all day and you can study, just read the book. Go through the book one more time. Remember, Kaplan is fucking hard. Okay? Kaplan is confusing. They're hard, and it is what it is. There's nothing I can do about it. They're complicated. They try to trick you. If you have time, I would spend some time reading your lowest sections. And if your 50s across the board, I would try to reread the chapters. Proud. Honestly, 50s to 70s in 10 days is tough unless you have the days off. If you're working all day and trying to do it, it's doable, but tough. Seriously, it is. Unless you can figure out where you're getting hurt. Like if it's the trick parts, then maybe you're okay. But 20 points is a lot. It really is. So I want to be brutally honest with you that if you're working all day, it's going to be a tough road to hoe. If you are off all day, then it's definitely possible if you grind. But that doesn't mean doing 13-hour days. Do 2 hours in the morning, take a break, do another 2 hours, take a break, do another hour or two, and then you're done. Like just do during the day and get dinner time and make the nighttime yours to relax and kind of let your brain relax. Okay. How long do most firms allow you to train for the 7? Does it depend? Okay. It depends. Like I think, yeah, Matt, that's very true. I have a video on sale on straddles. It's going to cost you $10 or so, and it's going to change your life. I mean, seriously, those videos are awesome. Okay. Or you could just do if you do the membership, the $10 membership, you get access to all 4 videos. Okay. For a month, and then it goes away. So how long do most firms allow you to train for the 7? It depends. Like what's the one? E.J. Edwards. I always forget. Edward Jones. Edward Jones gives you like 3.5 weeks per test. You get 3.5 weeks for the SIE, 3.5 weeks for the 7, and then 3.5 weeks for the 66. But they're paying you to study. Okay? They're just paying you to study, and there's nothing way around that. Okay? Morgan Stanley usually gives you 6 months to get everything done. They give you 6, but they only give you 1 shot on the SIE, I think, 1 shot on the 7, and then 2 shots on the 66. So, guys, anyone who doesn't have a job yet, get the fucking SIE. If you know a kid in college who's a finance major, send these videos to him and tell him to get the SIE done. Tell him or her to get the SIE done and the 63 if they can before they graduate. Then it's easy stuff. So, Ricardo, I'll do it real quick. Remember, straddles is buy a call, buy a put. Because you buy a call, you want it to go up. You buy a put, you want it to go down. Thank God for me. So the straddles are you buy a call, buy put, or sell a call, sell a put. Because straddles, you're standing on a fence and you can go either way. That's why you buy a call or you buy a put. Because you want it to go either way. You can go up or down and you still make money. Or if it's a short straddle, you want it to go neither way. Here's the thing though, remember this. Only straddles have 2 break evens. Nothing else has 2 break evens other than straddles. Combos fall under that umbrella. So because it has 2 directions, you can go either way. So it has 2 break evens. Remember that. Straddles have 2 break evens. Joe, that's awesome that you had a year to study for that. That's awesome. Okay. Okay. Oh, Pluto. I'm so happy for that. I'm glad that helped. Okay. I think they're great. I just don't get a lot of feedback on that. Okay. Now, Emily, you don't have to score mid-70s on all chapters, but you have to score mid-70s on most of them. If like certain ones, if they're very mathy, don't worry about it. But I would shoot for mid-70s on everything. That's the goal. Yeah, Joe, that's the thing. You're getting the life and health and all the other things. So it's not like you get a year to study. You're doing a lot of other things, but I think they give you a year to get everything. Yeah, Joe, I agree. Trading the options, that's what changed me. I started when I was 16, trading my mom's account. So that's where I learned. Okay. It was, oh, Georgiana. Is that like they'll drop the handkerchiefs on the side and see if we'll pick it up? I like that. Georgiana, that's pretty good. Tevin Caleb, email your 66 dump sheet. I don't know. The new terms, I don't know. Okay, so now. Sebastian. Okay. Wow. Those are great. Sebastian, those are great scores. First time through. Remember, they get harder. Remember, guys, on the Series 7 and the SIE and all that, remember that they get harder as you go up, okay? So as you go up in the exams on STC, they get harder and harder. The other exams don't do that. Kaplan and Notman and training consultants, they don't get harder. They just are random, and they're fucking hard on their own. So just keep that in mind, that if your score keeps going up as you go up, that's a really good sign, because like it's going like this, and if you're still passing and going up, that means you're getting stronger and stronger, which is awesome. Okay. Spammo. Okay. So, Dean, so Robinhood act on agency basis. Okay, so remember something. Agency basis means they're doing it. So for the Series 7 and the SIE and the 66 and 63, agency based means that you're acting on behalf of the customer. You're not using your own portfolio. So they're not selling to customers. They're selling for customers. So if you give an order to Robinhood and they do it on an agency basis, they're buying it for you and then giving you the shares. Okay, they're like a middleman. But if it's a principal basis, principal is where they, it's where they use their own inventory to sell to you. Okay, or when you're selling, they're buying it using their own cash. That's principal. So remember, ABC, agent, broker, commission, ABC, agent, broker, commission, and PDM, principal, dealer, markup. Okay, hope that helps. Dean. Hold on. On mute. I'm glad I helped. I tried to do it as well. Okay. Awesome, Big Oak. I love it. I love seeing people subscribe. Okay. We'll get there. Big Oak, we're going to get you there. Okay. Yeah, I'm telling you, achievable. Emily is the one who didn't believe me. She thought I was trying to spam her into buying it. She liked it so much, her company signed a contract with them. No, they don't have the 6 out yet, but she's a full-on believer. Okay. Mm-hmm. And achievable makes a difference. Even if you're struggling, I think achievable works. I love it. I do. And again, if you'd rather just buy it on your own and not use my link so you know that I'm not scamming you or whatever, buy it on your own. I don't care. It's not going to make a difference to me. I like seeing it, but it doesn't bother me. I want everything to pass. Okay. Okay. Jake, what should I take? 63, 65, 66. I work during the day, I assume. Okay. So it depends. Why don't you do some exams? If you're really doing really well on This I see the 66 is a shorter exam, but it covers more stuff at one time. So I'm okay. Here's the thing. Go for the 66. And this is what I tell them. Go for the 66. And if you fail, then you can just take the 63, 65 like within a week or two. Or if your firm will let you start working when you get the 63, get the 63 out of the way and then study the 65 at your own pace. I had a couple guys who did that where as long as I got the 63, they could sit there and earn and sell as an agent, not getting fees. And then it's less pressure because then they could just take the 65 or the 66 and be done. Okay. Emily, I agree. You're much stronger now. STC has less. STC has less wording than Kaplan. I agree. They both have their strengths. See, this is the thing. I love STC myself, but the Kaplan has a great thing where they have more questions than STC and they're more adjustable. Like you can take an 8-question quiz on CMOs or a 12-question quiz on DPPs. You can do whatever you want, or you can take a 200-question quiz. So they're good that way. You can turn on the explanations, you can turn it off. I like Achievable, and I keep trying to tell them the one thing I'd like them to do is give you the option on the finals to see your answers right after. But they have their methods and they have their thought processes, and then they've done stuff. Okay. So who can I picture as a general creditor? Okay. So who can I picture as being the general creditor? So like a general creditor is anyone who has is like a bank who is anyone who you owe money to. Like say you're a vendor and I'm on the company and I go bankrupt, but I owe you money. You're a general creditor. There's nothing securing it, right? Okay, so a general creditor is just someone who you owe money to, and they come on after secured creditors. So it's like a vendor or something like that you're a bank maybe that's not secured that you owe money to, but it's not secured by anything. Hope that helps. Okay. What is a straddle? Yeah, Khaleesi's getting the shaft. Morgan Stanley promised her all these study times. They promised to give her 4 hours a day study, and then they dropped it to 2, and then they took it away. They got it right, and then they're dumping more and more work on her, and then they give her 3 weeks. Okay. Again, Joseph, tell me what a straddle is. I don't know what that is. Khaleesi, how are you? Okay. What about which exams to take with the 6? Okay. With the 6, you can only do the 63-65 combo. You cannot do the 66. Okay, so Jake, if you only have the 6, which is fine, you can only do the 63-65 combo. You cannot do the 66. Okay, so keep that in mind. So if you're going to get the 6 when you get firm sponsored, do not. You're not going to do you're not going to be able to do the 66. It'll be a waste. Okay. Helen, do I think should buy SEC questions to supplement? I don't have a problem with that. I think if you have Kaplan, buy the SEC questions. If you have SEC, buy the Kaplan questions. I love seeing more and more questions. Okay. Okay. Well, 4 to 5 hours a day, you should be okay. That should be okay. Depending how tired you are. Okay. What's chapter 2, Emily? What's chapter 2 that you're getting better? Maybe it's just a lack of reading. Okay. Okay. So Ms. VP, I'm going to talk to you in 1 second. Okay. Scoring 70-80% on majority. You got to tell me what chapters you're doing 20 to 30% on. So proud. If you can do the morning, just do the morning. 4 to 5 hours in the morning and then watching videos and then rereading the low chapters, you should be able to pull this off. You just got to grind. And then maybe the weekends go a little harder. Okay. Miss VP. If you're working 8:30, if you're working 8:30 to 5 and you're exhausted when you get home, my advice to you is instead of doing it at night, do it in the morning. I don't know what your commute is. If you commute, then maybe get to work at like 6:30 and then study from 6:30 to 8:30 and then get home at 5 and do nothing. This way, you're more exhausted at work than you are with the studying. I found out a lot of people like that better by doing the morning. Even if you do 7 to 8:30, and then like before you leave work, do an hour and then you're done. Since you're working all day, anyone who's working all day and doesn't have kids and doesn't have stuff that compete, I would study in the morning. Now, if you have kids and you're married, tell your fucking husband to step up and it's his time. It's his turn to take care of the kids in the morning, and you do it in the morning. If you're single parent, it's tougher, and you got to do what you can do. That's what SpongeBob SquarePants and Moana movies really come in handy. Cool. Okay, so the only thing I'm telling you, the best thing you do is do in the morning. It really is. The best thing you do is try to do in the morning if you can. Okay, so Merlin, I don't want to make you sad, but 80 Banker sucks. Okay. 80 Banker is absolutely horrible. Okay. Yeah. So Joseph, you'll be fine if you do the grinding. You'll be fine. So Merlin, it's not going to look the same. If you want to see what it's going to look like, go on the FINRA website. If you go on FINRA website, I think I linked it to somebody on Facebook, but go on the FINRA website and type in SIE or just Google SIE practice FINRA exam and scroll down to get to the FINRA.org website and take their exam. That'll give you an idea what it looks like. Also, I take 2 exams online. I did an Achievable and I did a STC. Go see how you're doing with those. I did them online. What you do is you turn it on under the Taking Finals thing. You turn it on and you go, when you see the question pop up, you hit pause, you try to answer it, and then see how I go through it. That's the best way to do it and see if you're ready. Okay? I know you have AD Banker, but really, if you can afford it, go on my link, and again, or not go on my link and go somewhere else and do it, and go buy the Achievable. Okay? Get the Achievable. It's going to cost like $79, and it's nothing. Okay? It's not that much money, and it's going to change your life. It's so much better than AD Banker. You're going to get your ass. AD Banker, you can pass still, but it's going to be a tougher road. And yes, you may be in a group where everyone says AD Banker is great. No, they got AD Banker because it's fucking cheap. Okay? Okay, now. Yeah, Joseph, not a lot of people MS, but there's definitely enough here with Morgan Stanley. Do I have any Georgia people? I have a couple of Georgia people that I just started working with. I don't know if they're on here or not. Okay. Okay, now. Yeah, Joe Francillo. I think with the SAE, if you do the work, you're going to be fine, right? If you have good materials, if you have STC, you have Kaplan, you have Past Perfect, Training Consultants, Achievable, all of them are good. If you have AD Banker Exam FX, you might want to get, or a Serious SAE for the dummies, you might want to get a supplement. Seriously, it may help. Okay. There you go, Joe. Tony Soprano. Yeah, no, I would have to think that Tony would be a secured creditor because you're going to pay him first. Okay. So now, Joseph, what is trading flat? Okay. Trading flat. Okay. Trading flat. Okay. Now, trading flat is when a bond is not paying anything till the end. So either things trade with interest or flat. So because zero coupon, you buy a bond for 800, it matures at 1,000. You're not getting anything to the end. It's trading flat. Trading flat means without accrued interest. Like if you buy a bond for 1,000, just it was a 104 at 8%, and you buy it in between the payment dates, right? Say it's a bond that pays every January and July, and you buy it in May. Well, the person who owned it has been earning on this Series 7 has been earning interest from January till May, but they're not going to get that. If you buy it from them and they get them, the 6-month payment's going to go to you in July. So you, as the buyer, have to pay them the interest they would have earned from January till May. Okay. So you would have to pay them the interest from January till May until the day before settlement. So that's accrued interest. It's not trading flat. Trading flat means you buy it and whatever price you pay, you get. So zero coupon bonds trade flat. So do income bonds or adjustment bonds, which are the same thing. Income bonds and adjustment bonds are the same thing. What they are is that a corporation is going bankrupt. So what they do is they switch out the old coupon paying bond with an income bond, which basically says, okay, all the owners who had bonds before, what we're going to do is we're now changing the bond up the coupon a little bit to make you happier, but we're not going to pay until we have income. So basically, it's a trading flat bond. It doesn't pay interest. until they have income or sufficient enough of earnings that quarter, then they will pay. Okay? So trading flat means it's not accruing interest, that when you buy it for a price, you're getting it for a price. You're not adding any accrued interest into it. Okay. Okay, Mario, what do I think of Past Perfect? Okay. I think they are okay, but I think they're too fucking hard. I think they're like for the SIE, I think they're fucking ridiculous, way too hard. For the Past Perfect, they're okay, but again, too hard. Okay. I think they go way too deep into the options, way too deep in the stuff. And look, and you talk to them and they go, well, we think it's good to challenge you. Okay. You know what? Challenge me. Let me take the MCATs. Okay. That has nothing to do with the test. So they're asking you stuff that will not be on the exam, will not ever be on the exam, will not even be hinted at on the exam. And you're wasting the time with figuring out fucking yield to maturity or yield to call when you will never, ever, ever have to do it. Ever. Okay? So Past Perfect, so I started off saying I like him, and then I sound like I'm shitting on him. But what happens is, if you take them with a grain of salt, and every time you see a math question, go, fuck, I got it. If it's more than one step, then you go, I got it, pick an answer, move on. You'll be fine. Look, if you can get current yield easily, if you can get equity and SMA easily without any convoluted crap into it, if you can do tax equivalent yield, if you can do accrued and accreted interest without any fucking tricks, if you can do convertible bond stuff without any fucking tricks, and you can do options, max gain, max loss, break even, profit loss, recognize them without any stupid tricks, meaning they're stupid tricks where they try to trick you, you're in good shape. Now, important things to know between open and closed. I have a long ass video on it, but open end is a mutual fund, which means you buy it at NAV plus a sales charge. Closed end, and it doesn't trade during the day. If you buy at 10 in the morning and I buy at 2 in the afternoon, we get the same price. It's called forward pricing. They don't price it until 4 p.m. at the end of the day. Now, then the closed end fund issues a set number of shares and they trade. So if you want to buy an open end fund, you buy it from the fund or sponsor, meaning Fidelity said. If you buy a closed end fund, you're buying it from someone else who bought it. So you're paying the market price, which changes all day long. You're paying a commission to the broker dealer who helps you sell it. You can sell it 2 minutes later. So it trades. So if you buy at 10 in the morning and I buy 2 in the afternoon, we most likely get different prices because you're buying it based on market value. So mutual funds, you buy at NAV plus a sales charge. Closed-end funds, NAV's there, but it doesn't fucking matter because it's based on supply and demand. There's a whole long thing on it. I have a whole video on it called How to Pass the Series 6 and in parentheses 7. It's an entire hour of 48 minutes on mutual funds and annuities at the end. It'll answer every question you need to know. Okay. Okay. 80 Banker is a tutor option. You can talk to them. Give it a shot. See if they help you. Look, they might help you. I just think 80 Banker is ass. Okay? It is what it is. Even if I wasn't a pro achievable or STC, any other vendor you get other than ExamFX is better. And here's the problem. So you go on Investopedia and they say, what's the best thing? And they come up with fucking ExamFX because some fucking idiot must be getting a cut for it. Because the list it's the stupidest fucking article I've ever read in my life. It makes no sense. And it's by a person who doesn't know what the fuck they're doing. But yet achievable, that Investopedia keeps it up there. And I've written them letters, probably at least emails like 10 times saying, what the fuck are they doing? They don't care. They don't care. Okay. Okay. Yeah, Matt. Kalisa doesn't get it. She was supposed to get 4 hours a day. And then they just took it all away. And she gets 2 shots. She gets to pass it now. And then she gets 1 more shot. And then she's got to find a new job, which is such a pain in the ass. I think sometimes Morgan Stanley just doesn't want people working. Okay. Well, Helen, I agree that your husband's paying Mr. Mom, but he should be. Because you're trying to do better, right? Because once it's over, it's over. Okay. I agree. Don't ever second guess, okay? Okay, so Joe, I agree. The thing is you can't freak out about the exam. So when you understand something. when you look at a question, you have no idea what it is on the Series 7, the SIE, the 63, all these exams. If you look at the question, the answer's there, man. It is there. Remember, the answer's in front of you. You may not see it, but even if you just guess, you have a 25% chance of getting it. So even if you can knock out one, say you can knock out one answer, just looks so fucking stupid, you have a 33% chance of getting it right, even if you're guessing. So keep that in mind. That remember, even if you're guessing on questions, that doesn't mean you're failing. It doesn't mean you're failing. Okay. I agree. Sometimes people do that. Boom, Miss VP. That's awesome. I'm so happy for you. That's awesome. Now, I think the morning works. Okay. Yeah, Morgan Stanley is ruthless. They are. Okay. So I agree. So I'm a big fan that I have one student who's really smart, but she jumps, she skips questions, right? She'll read a question and then she'll skip like 2 or 3 words in it. And I'm like, okay, you got to slow your ass down. So sometimes I tell people, read the 4 choices and then read the question, because sometimes that slows you down enough to go, oh, wait, this is what they're looking for. And the other thing is, don't try to answer it unless you've looked at the 4 answers. I can't tell you how many times I've gone a question over with someone and they don't, and they start doing math and I go, read the fucking answers. And the answer is not a math question. It's strictly just like a theory question. And they're trying to do math and stuff like that. So pay attention, read the question, read all 4 choices. Okay. Yeah, Dave, I agree. I fucking love it. I do love Achievable. I think they're hard enough and difficult enough too. There you go. You're in North Carolina from New Jersey. Fun stuff. Okay. See, there you go. Emily even told me. She thought I was trying to scam her into buying Achievable. No, not a lot of suitability. Some. Okay. True, Joe. I agree. New Jersey is too expensive. I live here. Is there a lot of suitability on the 66? No, a couple, maybe 2, 3 questions, but it's not that. It's not about that. It's really about the half the regs and then half knowing portfolio analysis and stuff like that. But not a lot of, hey, Mary does this. What do you do? It's not going to be a lot of that. Okay. See, I'm not totally better. Okay. Oh, Joe, I got it. Okay. Yeah, that's the thing. So I think STC kind of like kind of mirrors the exam a little bit better than the other ones, but I think Achievable does a great job too. I think Kaplan goes a little too deep, a little too nuancey, a little tricky. Past Perfect takes that to another level. It's like a next level. Okay. Fuck yeah. I look. I worked for Bank of America for That's funny. It's very funny. Kalisa, when I deal with her, she's a very funny person. She has a kind of a self-deprecating wit, and she's very witty. So I think it's very funny. If I could just get her to pass the exams, we're going okay. Okay, so I got hired at Morgan. No, I don't think you will. I think they just when do you start? And Bonnie, you're not going to fail the SIE. You're not. You're going to nail it. Okay, no, I think they just want to Prow, go do that. Go enjoy it. You've probably been off for 10 minutes already, but go out. Pro, I'll talk to you next week. Okay. Got hired at Morgan Stanley, told me they need to best. Yeah, Bonnie, I don't think they're going to fire you before you start. I just think they want to, it's just going to send the training. But don't think that way. Think I'm going to pass and I'm going to destroy this fucking thing. That's Bonnie, you have to think I am going to kill this test. That's that's what you have to think. Okay. Yeah, they won't. Okay. Yeah. Bonnie, you're going to pass. Okay. You're going to pass. She is so funny. Yeah, I can actually picture Lisa with the coat on, the glasses, and the fedora. You got it. Don't forget the fedora, right? You got to make sure that's on there to cover your eyes. Okay. Okay. Thank you, Kalisa. I appreciate it. I'm helping her out. We're all working together. We're going to get her through this thing. Okay. Kalisa's studying for the 7, right? Yeah. So if you have the Series 6, Take the Jake. The only option you have is a 63, 65. Okay, because you can take the 66, but they'll still make you take the 63, 65 combo because it doesn't work with the ST with that 6. Ryan, thank you. Yeah, I don't get that. I do not get the rule of say don't use outside resources. I think because they don't want you to realize how bad they fucking are. Okay. Khalees is not going to tell anyone. She's not good. Stay quiet. She's going to be good. Okay. Helen, email me. We'll talk. Okay. Okay, Mario. SMA. Okay, so SMA is actually not that bad on the exam. Okay, so 2 things. One, Helen, if you have Kaplan, make sure you get down there in their quick facts. They're going to help you, and then email me later for the other thing. Okay, so now, SMA. So let's talk about SMA for a second. SMA is the amount of equity have more than 50%, Mario. Okay, so hopefully I'm only 5 minutes behind. So Mario, so if you want SMA, what you're going to do is first you find equity, right? So if you have a long account, say you have long 50, you have a market value of 50 and a debit balance of 20. So we do market value minus debit. That gives us an equity of 30. You okay with that? Boom, I got that. Market minus debit. On this Series 7, you're going to have to do this. Market minus debit is 30. That's my equity. Now, my equity is 30 grand. How much do they want me to have? They want me to have 50% of the market value. So the market value is 50. Half of that is 25. That's my Reg T. So I have 30, but they want me to have 25. So I have 5 grand SMA. SMA is what you can withdraw. So SMA is equity minus Reg T. Reg T is always half the current market value. So again, SMA is equity minus 50% of the current market value. Boom, we're going to be done. Okay. Okay. Yep, I agree. Okay. Ryan, if I have to choose, I go with STC almost every time. STC, okay? Okay. I go with STC most of the time, but again, listen to me. If you have Kaplan or STC or Pest Perfect, you're good to go. You don't really need to get to the research. You don't need to go anywhere else. Don't buy anything else. But if you have a training consultants, AD Banker, Exam FX, I would buy a supplement by Achievable. Now, if you're taking the 7, the SIE, or the 63, and you don't have anything, buy the Achievable. If you're taking the other exams like the 6 or the 66, go with STC or go with Kaplan or STC. Okay. Now, let's see. Boom, boom, boom. You guys are all talking to each other, which is great. Let's make that up. Yeah, Bonnie, you're going to nail the SAC. You're going to nail it. Okay. This is SAC. Okay. Kalisa, I love you. We're going to get you through this. I promise. We're going to talk later this week. Either tomorrow or Thursday, we're going to find time. Okay. Yeah. So one Mario thing, I'm gonna change one thing. Okay. Kaplan and Achievable are a great combo. So, well, that's fine, Miss. No, listen to me. I get it. Pest Perfect. Here's what I tell everyone: if you are getting in the 75s and 80s on Pest Perfect, you're ready. Go take the test. You know more than you need. You're over prepared. I just think they take you down rabbit holes that they don't need to. But again, if you freaking pass that shit, you're good to go. Good to go. Good to go. You're solid. Okay. Okay. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, I get it. They backed out at the last second. Who knows? Okay. So to Mario, I'm going to say one thing. Bonnie, you can take the FINRA exam, but don't take it a bunch of times. I know it may help with you, Mario, and that's great to get used to the wording. But you don't want to take it too much because it doesn't change. It's the same question, just a different order. So you want to take it when you're closer to taking it to get used to it. I would go on. I have the video where I take the Achievable online. I take a STC one, and then I take the real one if you want to do that. But you can use my video where I take the actual SIE FINRA exam online after you take it once to review to see why. Because when you take the FINRA one online, remember, guys, they don't tell you why you got it wrong. They just tell you whether it's wrong or right. You have to figure this shit out. So that's where my video comes in and it tells you why they got them wrong or right. Okay. How much harder is a green light? I think the green light is definitely harder than the exam. I think the green lights are probably similar to a little bit harder than the exam, only because they're more complicated. The actual exam could be harder because it's the stress is there. You don't get a chance to change your mind. You don't get to do anything. So when you're taking the Series 7 exam, the green light, I do think is a good gauge that if you pass that, you'll pass the exam. If you fail it, you still probably, if you fail it by a few points, you'll be okay. If you get your ass kicked, you probably shouldn't take the exam yet. But I do think they're much, much harder than the final exams. Yeah, right. So Bonnie, don't take. See, Kalisa can make those jokes. So yeah, the thing is, if Morgan Stanley finds out, let's use a code word for Morgan Stanley. Let's call it the Lollipop Factory. So if you work for the Lollipop Factory, since we don't want to use the real names, if you work for the Lollipop Factory, then and you use outside resources, they get mad. Okay, I don't know why, but they do, and they can take it out on you. So the Lollipop Factory is not very forgiving in certain departments. Some departments, they give you 6 months to pass everything. Some, they want to be jerks, and they just want to get they just want to put they want you to be done quick as possible. And if you fail, that's not their problem. They're kind of ruthless. Okay. So Jake, if you can take the SIE, the 63, 65, and 66 all without firm approval. You can do the SIE. Here's the thing, Jake. If you are taking the 6, I can't say this enough. The 66 is worthless. They will absolutely make you take the 63, 65. If you're going to take the 7, you can do either one. But if you are going to go for the Series 6 with the firm or get sponsored or not sponsored, whatever it is, the 66 is worthless. They are not. FINRA does not allow you to take the 6 and the 66 and be paired up. If you have the 66 and the 6, they will still make you take the 63, 65. Huh. Some sirens. Okay. 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 Mario, I'm happy. We're going to get you. Mario, you're going to nail the 7. You're going to nail the 7 today. Okay. On 2 days. You're going to. Okay. That's funny. Shh. Remember, from now on, Matt and Kalisa, we're saying it's the Lollipop Factory. And Ms., if you work there. And Bonnie, from now on, Morgan Stanley is known as the Lollipop Factory. So in case they go there. Okay. Okay. That's funny. Lollipop Corp. Way to start yet. I can't wait till next Sunday for more Succession. Guys, if you haven't watched Succession yet, it's on HBO Max or HBO. Go fucking watch it. It's so good. Okay. Okay. It's like I don't know. I watch Yellowstone and it seems similar. It's about family dynamics. Yellowstone's really good too. Kevin Costner's awesome. Okay. Right. 4 hours of work. Lollipop Factory offered her 4 hours of work a day. And then boom, they kept cutting it. And now they don't give her any time. They take it away every time at the last second. Okay. Right. Okay. So Jake, that's fine. If you're going to get the 7, then the 66 is fine. But remember, the thing is, okay. Okay. So Jake, so think of it this way. So if you have the 6 already, just get the 63, 65. Because here's the thing. Once you do that, you're done. And then you can take the 7 at your own pace. If you take the 66, you actually have, once you start working, unless you get the 7, you actually don't have any licenses and you can't earn. So if you get the 63, 65 combo out of the way, 63 is an easy, it's like a 10-day study at max. And then the 65 is another 10 days, and then you're done. If you get those 2, then no matter what exam you have, you're registered. Okay. Because this way you can get the 7, have your own pace, and you can earn selling mutual funds and insurance stuff, variable annuities, while you're licensed and waiting for the 7. But if you take the 66, then you can't do anything until you pass the 7. I'm just saying, look at it, risk reward and speed time. Okay. Okay. So Michael, the financial advisor is not a term. There's no legal term financial advisor. That's why they do it. Okay. Okay. So, financial advisor is a term that they make you take the 7. It's not a legal term. Remember, 66 or 65 allows you to be an investor and advisor representative, not a financial advisor. An advisor, investment advisor representative, IAR. Not a financial advisor is just some term that people make up. Doesn't mean anything. Remember, even the firms are investment advisors, not financial advisors. So it's just a term. They can do that if they want. Okay. So, Miss, I'm telling you, if you can, study in the morning. If you're exhausted, I mean, who the hell wants to study at night? I can't do that. I keep telling myself, oh, I'm going to do videos at night after this. No fucking way. Right now, I'm like, I'll do a video in the 10 minutes when I go and get off here. I'm like, fuck it, I'm not doing a video. I'm not going to do it. I want to do it, but I can't. I used to be able to do the 2 a.m. stuff, and I still up that late. But there's people in the house, and I don't want them to get pissed. So I would say, Miss, try to study in the morning. Just give it a shot. Give it a shot for like a week. If it works, great. If it doesn't work, then you can do something else. But it's just so much easier to study in the morning. Okay. Yep. Takes longer to make a box, so it's a longer duration. Okay. Wow. Question. Why yield to maturity is longer? So, okay. Okay. I love your. Okay. Oh, Joel, thanks. That's awesome. I'm happy it helps. That's the thing. I'm trying to undercomplicate anything, right? Yeah. Joe sees Silicon Valley billions and throw Yellowstone in it. It's supposed to be the Murdoch family, which is interesting, right? That's what Succession is. But hold on. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. Yeah. Listen. Yeah. I love that I try to uncomplicate everything. It does help. Okay. So now, bond. Why is yield to maturity lower than yield to call? Okay. So if you buy a bond at a discount, right? So Kalisa, if you buy a bond at a discount, say you buy a bond for $800 and you do the current yield, if you get it back, if it matures, you're getting your $200 over like 30 years. So that's one yield if you hold it to maturity. Because you buy it at 800, it matures at 1,000, you're going to get $200 at the end. If it's called, which it would never happen because they don't call discount bonds, you're getting the money back sooner. I wish I could draw on here, but so if you buy a bond for $800 and it matures at 1,000, the current yield is what it is, but then the yield to maturity is going to be higher than that because you include the $200 that you're getting at maturity. If you hold it to maturity, you're getting 1,000, right? So now yield to call means you're getting it sooner. They're calling it. So instead of waiting 20 years to get your $200, you're getting it sooner. So technically that makes it higher. And on a premium bond, you're buying it at 1,200, you're getting 1,000 at the end, okay? You get 1,000 at the beginning. So if you get 1,000, you pay 1,200 at the maturity. You get 1,000, so you're going to lose $200. So what happens is, if you hold it to maturity, you're going to lose the $200 over a 20-year period, which is a certain return. But if it's called, you're losing that $200 quicker, which gives you a lower return. We can work on that in a couple of days. But so just make sure the big thing is to memorize it. So if it's a discount bond, it goes coupon, current, yield to maturity, yield to call. And on a premium, it's coupon, current, yield to maturity, yield to call. You got to remember that. If you know that order, it's going to help you a lot. Okay. Yeah, that's fine, Bonnie. So what do you want to do? Once you're done reading the book the first time, okay? So, okay, Brittany, I'll get to you in 1 second. So you can take quizzes right now, but I'm going to tell you how many chapters have you saved then? Okay. Bonnie, where were you? How many? You weren't that far along. Well, you got to get done. So you got to get these. So Bonnie, you have to get these chapters done very quickly because you only have 11 days, 12 days to take it. So get the chapters done and then start taking quizzes on each chapter. And any chapter you get less than a 75 on, get back to start reading the quizzes. Start reread the chapter or take a quiz again. And then once you're done with all of that, move on. Okay. Again, the SIE, you could probably get through the book one time, and then start taking tests because it's very much more definitional than it is situational, like the 7 is. Okay. Brittany, understanding derivatives, a couple of things. So what are derivatives? I can't go heavy into it, but what are derivatives? They are warrants, rights, bonds, CMOs, warrants, rights, options, CMOs, futures, forwards. Derivatives are things that are based on something else, right? So they have no actually value other than what they turn into. Okay. So like I have a whole video. Brittany, which test are you taking? The 7 or the SIE? Because I can't go heavy into it on this because I have to leave soon. But and again, I promise I'm not trying to sell this to you, but if you join the membership for $10, I go over all the options. It's 4 videos, which will change your fucking life. Okay. For $10, probably worth it. I'm not telling you have to do it. I'm just throwing it out there. If you don't, I have a couple option videos on there that'll help you give you the basic understanding. Like if you find in my SIE the book playlist, I have one on options. It's like chapter 10, part 10 or 11. It's it'll help explain a lot of stuff. Okay. It'll definitely explain a lot of stuff for the options. It won't answer all your problems with the break even, max gain, max loss, but it'll give that. So like, think about this. Rights are short term. They're issued when the company issues more shares. They're short term. They're issued at a discount. So you can buy stock at a discount. So they have intrinsic value, very short term. On the long term side, on the warrants, they're long term. They're long term. You get them when I can buy a bond or a preferred. They're trying to make it more attractive so they can lower the coupon. Because look, if I tell you to buy a bond, you're gonna want a certain rate of return. But if I say buy the bond plus I'll let you buy stock at a later day, it's more attractive to you. So you can you maybe buy it. And the warrant gives you the right to buy stock at a future date, but they issue it above the price. So let's say the stock's trading at 35 right now. I'm going to give you a warrant that lets you buy like 42, which means you're not going to use it now. You may use it later. Okay. That's the whole point, is that it's good for later, not now. Okay. So they don't want you. So it's issued without any intrinsic. There's no value. It's issued at a premium to the last sale, and it's long term. It could be perpetual, 5, 10, 15, 20 years or forever, where a right is only good for like 20, 30 days, because it's only as good as long as where they can issue new shares coming out. Okay. But again, I have a bunch of videos on it. I'm not trying to sell it hard on you, but they will help you. They will change your fucking life. Okay. Okay, hold on. Let me go down. Okay, Joel. Okay. So Joseph, before I do that, before I answer that question, okay, SIE. Oh, Brittany, we got this. Go watch my videos in the SIE, the book thing. I have a bunch of them on just options and stuff. They'll cover it. What you get on there, there's all you need to know. We got this. Okay, that's all right. For the 7, it's a longer jump, but you don't buy anything. Save your money. Go look at my SIE book. That'll help. I think I even have an options playlist. I don't know if I put this stuff in there. Where are we? Okay, so the 65 important aspects regarding UGMA covered on 529. Okay, that's a lot. Okay. Remember, UGMA and UGMA are for children. You have one custodian, one child. The child pays the taxes. Remember that. The custodian may write the check, but the child pays the taxes. Both of them are for child, and at some point it has to become the kids. The custodian has to be an adult, no margin. UGMA, at 18, it becomes the kids, then that's it. At UTMA, UTMA, you can put more things in it. You can put like collectibles, shit like that. Still no margin, but the rules state that you can give the age of majority, which depending on the state is 21 to 25. But again, there's no restrictions on what you can invest in, but you can't do margin. So that means you can't short stock and you can't do short calls. You can always do covered calls, and you have to do what's prudent. You have to do what's right for the client, okay, for the kid. But again, the kid pays the taxes. I mean, it's on any income earned. Okay, that's UGMA. 529 versus Coverdale. 529 is state, so it's a muni. It's covered by MSRB. There's no age limits. There's no real income limits other than what the state requires, but you're limited on what you can invest in. Coverdale, it's owned by the federal government, which means that there's a lot of stupid fucking rules. 1, at 18, it becomes the kids. At 30, it must be used, or they pay taxes on it. You can only put $2,000 in a year. You can't have more than one of them. The kid can't, but you can invest in anything you want. Here's what's similar. Both go in after tax, which means it's not tax deductible. But the magic is they both go tax deferred. And if you use it for education, it is tax-free growth. That's like the wage rundown on UGMA. And you really want to learn on that? Look on my thing, either in the shorts on the YouTube or on my TikTok, and I go over a 529 versus Coverdale pretty in detail. Okay. And I do Roth versus regular. Now, term versus whole. I'm going to do quick because I have a video on this. Term life. Okay, term life. Term life is you're renting. Okay, awesome, Brittany. I love it. Term life, you're renting. Okay, renting, you're best buying insurance for a period, but you're building up no cash value. If you die, it's like renting an apartment. You leave, you get nothing out of it. but it's cheaper. It's better for lower people on the lower income scale, not poor, but people who don't have a lot of extra money. But term, there's no equity value, no build up, no nothing. If you stop paying, they stop. It stops. Nothing happens. It just expires. It's called pure insurance because you're just strictly buying it to die. Whole life and stuff is different. It's more expensive. You got whole, you got variable, you got universal. All of them you put money in, and then it's all after tax. Obviously, you put it in and it grows, and you don't pay taxes on it. So it's growing, but you're investing. You're actually growing equity, cash value, stuff like that. So if you leave after 15, 20 years, you will walk away with something. I have a much better video on that. Mario, thank you very much. It'll help you. I promise you. The options will rock your world. Okay, so now, was going to say, so go watch. I have a video. I think it's in the series 66 or 6 playlist called How to Pass It, and it's called Life Insurance. It's 12 minutes, and it goes really much more into detail than that. Okay. Boom, Reed. Love it. That's awesome. Either you knew that or you were listening to me, which is awesome. Okay. You're on 20 out of 32. Okay. So you know what you want to do, Pani? If you really want to check yourself, do a quiz on the first 20 chapters. Do like maybe a 50 or 60 question quiz on just the first 20 chapters with the answers on and see how it is. Reed, that's awesome. I appreciate it. Oh, did I fall way behind? Hold on. Oh, wow, I jumped. Okay. Hold on. No, I got to catch up. Sometimes I get far behind. Okay. I think Joe's helping out. I like that. So here's the thing. So, Ms., if you're taking it, remember the membership is for a whole month. And if you do, here's the thing. So if you do the $10 one, you only get the options and you get the membership videos at some point when I think of doing it. If you do the 25, you can join in the group chats. And I'm telling you right now, okay? Right. Yeah, that's true, Joe. Right. Already comes before or. I like that. R comes before W. Now, but remember something. Right now, I did it, and only one person showed up to that's the $25 one, but only one person showed up to the Series 7 one, which is great. So I ended up cutting out early because the person wasn't even. He was just doing a ride along, and he's not ready to take the test yet. So I cut it early, and I got a break. But if you guys are in there, I'll teach it. Okay. Yeah, I know, Joe. You the good stuff. You're getting the insurance stuff. 100%. Okay. I didn't know they have that. They have a discussion forum. That's awesome. I'll have to check it out. I'll put a link on here. What the hell? Why not? Okay. If you work for a financial broker and you want to open a brokerage with another firm, yes. Magister Militant Per Occident. That's a fucking hell of a name. I have to say that I'm very impressed. If you work for a financial broker and you want to open a brokerage account with another firm, yes. Aaron, boom. I fucking love it. I'll get to your Magister in a second. Aaron, that is fucking awesome. I love it. That is awesome. I know I'm 7 minutes behind you saying it, but that's how far behind I am. I love it. Boom. I love it. I love hearing that stuff. Okay. Back to this. Magister. Yes. Anyone who works for a broker dealer, if you're going to open a brokerage account at another firm, you need to get permission before you do it. Okay. If you already have one and you start, you just have to let them know within it promptly, which is in 30 days kind of thing. And then they'll tell you yes or no. Now, remember, they can say no. I mean, they can say no, you have to close it, which is kind of shitty. The only time that you don't need permission is if it's strictly a mutual fund or a professional. Like if you have a professional manager managing the account, if you have so much money, do you have a managed account somewhere? You don't need permission. You have to tell them, but you don't need permission. Same with the mutual fund. You let them know, and then they'll say you don't need their permission. If you have an account with Fidelity or Vanguard where they can't do trades, technically Fidelity you can, but if they have an account with mutual fund and you can't do any trades in it at all, you don't even need to do anything. Okay, hope that helps, Magister. Read, I love it. Okay. Okay, so yeah, Bonnie, I think you maybe should do a quiz on the 20, see how you do. Yeah, Aaron, that's the big one, man. Boom. Hope. I love it. I'm glad I helped. Okay. Read, that's awesome. I love it. I think I said that. Okay. See, now we feel safer saying lollipop. Okay. So, yeah, Bonnie, I would do about 10. I would do like the 20 chapters you've done, do a quiz on it just to see if you're doing okay on it. Boom. And Aaron, that's a big ass test. I'm telling you right now. You're right. ETFs are better. Okay. ETFs are definitely put my Bonnie, go to bed. Go get some sleep. Okay. Okay. Contribute. Well, you can buy a hat, or you can go. I think there's a way to do it. I think there's a way you can just. Awesome. I think there's a button where you can. It's called Share Your Support. I just give myself a tip if you want. That's great. You can do a super chat or something like that. They do stuff. You don't have to. I appreciate it. The biggest thing you can do is tell other people. Boom. Okay. That's funny, Matt. I agree. So the biggest thing you can do is that's true. You can do that, or you can do the super chat. I appreciate it. The biggest thing you can do, look, I'm never going to turn down money, but the biggest thing you can do is I want this to grow. I want this to be over 10,000 people. I want people on here. I want people coming on here, and I get so overwhelmed by questions that I have to bring on a moderator. That's my goal. That's going to be fun for me. I don't get that much money out of it. I get a little bit out of it doing this stuff, but it's fun because, with the pandemic going on, it's good for people to connect a little bit. Makes you feel good. Okay. Thank you, Kalisa. I appreciate it. I do appreciate the. You didn't have to do that. It's so sweet of you. Boom. Oh, thank you. I love it. Thanks a lot, guys. Super chat. I love it. Okay. I feel like I should be playing a game on here and doing it that way. Guys, I appreciate it so much. Aaron, I'm so happy for you. Okay. Boom. Yeah, I got get on the Facebook. Get me. The whole goal is to pick up the speed. I'm ramping up. I'm doing like almost 400 people a month is coming in. It's growing. God, again, Aaron and Kalisa, I love you guys. Okay. That's funny. All I want you to do is go. If you have no people taking the test, tell your managers that they can get free help on here. That's all it is. Okay. I appreciate it, Kalisa. So everyone, I appreciate this so much. This was a long one. I thought it was going to be bad because it started off so slow, but we had a lot of stuff. Okay. So everyone get on it. Again, let's talk about resources real quick. So Khan Academy, Investopedia are the fucking shit. They're free. Okay. Yeah. So don't agree. Boom. Kalisa, you got it. Lollipop is the people who took it. Okay. No, I saw Matt. I'm good. Listen, don't anyone feel guilty about not doing anything. Seriously, I'm doing this for fun. I really just want you to tell people. If you know people in college, if you're just out of school, tell your freaking finance professor that this is free shit. That's what I want you to do. Is go tell your professors that there's free stuff that's helping people that's out there. I'd love to see a bunch of college kids on here. Okay. Because it builds up and then they talk. It's all great. And this way it's better than my don't be the scarecrow. Okay. Boom. Okay. Guys, a couple of things. Khan Academy, Investopedia. Other free shit, obviously my fucking channel, which is the GOAT. We got we have Brandon Rith over at Basic Wisdom. Check him out. You got Dean Tinney over. Check him out. He does a lot of explications and longer videos, which is great. And it's just, it help you. Okay. There you go. In code. If you want help with tutoring, go reach out to Michael Weiss at series7examtutor.com. Unlike my favorite Alicia, she found a different tutor because she did series7exam.com and it was a different person. She wants series7examtutor.com. That's Michael Weiss. He'll definitely help you out. He's good. A little cheaper than me. And he's also on Series 7 Reddit and some of the Facebook groups, Series 7 Exam. And then you got Dean Tinney over in the Series 7 subreddit. They're all super helpful. They're all going to help you out. It's all going to be good stuff. Okay, everyone. And if you want to go with me on tutoring, I'm fucking expensive as hell. But boom. No, so here's the thing. On Khan Academy, okay? How is that ahead of it? That's great. Okay. So Helen, on Khan Academy, it's not, what's the best way of saying it? They don't do Series 66 videos, but they talk about the topics like present value, future value, time value of money, all that stuff. It explains it in a super solid way that's very retail oriented. Hour and a half we did tonight, guys. That's almost a fucking record. I don't think I've gone over an hour and a half yet, but we're not doing that tonight because at some point these drugs are going to wear out. And I'm going to be a fucking mess in the corner with a blanket around me. That's what my wife said. I should have a little hood and like that. Okay. Everyone, guys, I love it. Thank you for joining in. Please, yeah, there you go. Stay classy, San Diego. And if you guys want to watch a funny I have my podcast, which is Blue Collar Finance. But if you want to watch another funny one, it's aging immaturely. That's a fun. It's like if you're over 35, 40 and you're a guy, it's for guys for most. It's not gross, but it's guys. They do these aging immaturely. They're pretty good. I like them. He's a friend of mine and he's 40 and they talk about some crazy stuff, but nothing crazy. I know I just said they talk about crazy stuff, but nothing offensive. Everyone, have a good night. And I will see you all in 2 days. Have a great night.